Hi guys and gals and members of the pipe community. This is a VR to Bryce Parker for his 500 SUB GAW, and he asked for an interesting fact about the tobacco plant. Well, you may wonder what I'm going to say, but if you stay till the end, you'll get the interesting fact. But first of all, the housework. I washed the Cobbett Shire and it shrank a bit, but I'm still managing to smoke it. And in it I've got special bulking from the Edwards shop in Tampa Bay, Florida. Now, I didn't go all that way. Somebody kindly sent me it. But it's a really nice blend. It's going to take me a little while to get to the point of the tobacco plant. On the 28th of April in 1986, a man walked into the nuclear facility at Sellafield. And as usual, every morning when he walked in, he went through the radioactive screening. They did it when they went in and out. He stepped into the screen and all hell broke loose. Alarms went off. The reading on him was very, very high. Security teams came running, and the teams for deactivating radiation came as well. Now, Sellafield's known to have had some really odd disasters. So they thought, we've got another leak. And they checked outside everywhere, trying to find this radioactive leak, and couldn't find it. So they ran a test to see which reactor this leak was coming from. All nuclear reactors have a separate footprint, which is known around the world. And they were surprised to find that this had come from Chernobyl in Russia. And it was the time of the great Chernobyl explosion. Now, there are still parts of England where you can't sell the sheep off the land in that part because it's contaminated. And that's quite a startling fact, because we're now 2015. But when it first happened, gallons and gallons of milk had to be destroyed. Farmers weren't allowed in the area, weren't allowed to sell their products. And gradually that's improved, so there's virtually free of it now. We all know how destructive Chernobyl was in the area, and for hundreds of miles around, you're not supposed to live there, although people are creeping back to live quite close to the reactor. The radioactivity was thrown out and drifted towards the west, mainly, although there was some east and south and north. The men who went in to try and seal the radiation are amongst the bravest in the world, I think. They could only spend a couple of minutes at a time in there, but a lot of them spent a lot more and put their lives at risk and eventually died of radioactive cancers or just an overdose. So what's that got to do with tobacco plants? Well, there's an amazing fact about tobacco plants. We know how much radiation was thrown out of Chernobyl, and each tobacco plant has 1,000 times more radioactive radium and polonium than the fallout from Chernobyl in radium and polonium. That's staggering, isn't it? 1,000 times more. But before you all start worrying, the main fallout at Chernobyl was cesium and not radium and polonium. But still, there was a certain amount of that, and each tobacco plant has 1,000 times more. So next time you put your lips to your pipe, perhaps you'd like to use a Geiger counter, just to make sure yours is safe. Well, Bryce, I hope that's the kind of fact you were looking for. I managed to drag it out of my area of my mind where I keep ridiculous and little-known facts, amongst which is the pH value of cockroach spit. But I might do that a bit later. You're a great guy, Bryce. I love your channel. And a lot of the things that you do, and I wish you all the best for getting 1,000 subs, never mind 500. As you say, it's remarkable how they build up when you're not looking. So I'm wishing you all the best and thanking you for putting together the GAW. I'm not sure. Oh, yes, I have a joke. Of course, I have a joke. There was a lady who wanted to go on welfare. She made a request for that financial support because she'd got 6 children and her husband had left her. And a man from the committee came round to have a word with her and to see what was happening. And he said, "What were the names of your children?" And she said, Wolfgang, 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 and Wolfgang. So he said, "They've all got the same name." And she said, "Yes. All got the first, same name. They're all Wolfgang." He said, "Well, how do you call them in for dinner?" So she said, "Well, I just lean out of the window and shout, 'Wolfgang!' And they all come." And he said, "What if you want to call only one of them?" She said, "Well, I just call them by their surname. What do you think?"